Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. We are on process video 216 entitled Winter Fun, and this is also a collaboration that I'm doing with Lisa here on YouTube and some other ladies. I'm going to make sure that I link their YouTube links below in the description box. I am doing a winter themed layout because that's the theme of our collaboration, and I am working with this collection from Echo Park entitled, I believe it's Celebrate Winter by Lori Whitlock. And I also used a Scrapbook Generation sketch for this one. I just can't remember which one it is. If I remember before I put this on live, I will make sure to add that to the description box below. Anyways, I'm doing a double page layout because that's kind of my jam. I love multi-photo layouts. I feel like multiple photos give out a lot more story than just a single one. And I also almost always do any events that I scrapbook in a 2-page spread because there's just so much more room. So anyways, the sketch that I'm following has most of the papers on the left side, and then it has layered papers that was turned into banners on top of the big one. Now, if you had a lot more papers, I think that you can just kind of layer all of them, but because I know that some of the papers will not be shown underneath, like the blue one won't show underneath the red, I just trim that down to just kind of add a strips on the side of the red instead of putting it under. Now I have about, I think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, I have 14 photos here, and I started off with all 3x4s, but I did end up trimming the bottom ones and some of the photos on the left side into 3x3s, just so that there will be more room for, because if I add them all, I feel like you're not going to be able to see the pattern paper on the back. So I just trimmed that down, and that's totally fine because a lot of the photos have scenery in it. I will be adding some inking on the edges of this, and I'm just showing you the distress ink that I am using here. And then I also noticed that because my pattern paper is pretty bold on the background, that some of my photos were kind of getting lost, and so I will be matting those photos with some vellum. And since my vellum is only 8.5 by 11, it's not going to span the width of the right side, so I will be I'm just showing you the inking that I did. I will be punching out a strip with some scallop and putting that, and even that won't complete or won't fill it, but it's totally fine because I will be adding some border stickers to the top and the bottom of that photo strip. So I also rounded the corners of the papers that are on the farthest left and farthest right, just so that it will break up a lot of the hard edges of my photos and also my paper. And I also added a border all around my page, which is just kind of framing the papers or framing the white background. And I usually do that by mitering, is that the right word? By turning the angles of the edges into triangles or into an angle, and then butting them close together so they look like a pretty seamless frame, if that makes any sense. And I usually do that so that I can save some pattern paper as well. Instead of having 2 pattern papers as my background and then trimming my white cardstock, I do the opposite, where I have the white cardstock and then I cut either my kind of comfort zone is 1/2 inch, but sometimes I do 1/4 inch as well, or maybe 1 inch, but I think 1 inch is just too thick, so I go with a 1/2 inch, sorry. And then I'm just going to be adding my journaling here. I did pre-print that already. So a little bit about the photos. This is a little Sunday trip that we took up in the mountains. We had a Sunday, open Sunday, and so we decided to go up in the mountains to try out this trail. And it just so happens that we live in an area where even in April you will get snow, and in this particular time this area got a lot of snow, and we weren't really expecting to be trudging in snow, but it was really pretty. Everything was white, everything was serene, and because it is winter, snowy, that there weren't a lot of people on the trail. So that was kind of really fun and also peaceful in a way, because you weren't dealing with a lot of other people. And I really like the view of the mountains when it's winter time. So anyways, here are some of the pictures, close-up pictures of my layout. I hope that you guys like this video, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys another day. Bye.